was but one stop along the path
Hey guys.
to freedom
Okay.
for many runaway slaves.
Lasagna gardening, guys. Alright, selecting a site.
Just been renovated by John. It opened at the Inn at Aberdeen in 1995.
This doorway here was the north end.
I think I'm gonna go through.
To that side,
select a site. The maps. Sun and shade, water and wind. And then the tips and time savers.
My whole family came to dinner, and my grandson started talking.
I think I'll go through take a soil test.
To go, and he said, "No,
Yeah.
I don't want to go. I want to stay and play with the little girl."
We'll go through taking a soil test. So for dinner, we're having some venison burgers that I made the other night. I made those Tuesday. And I also made some spaghetti squash. I miss spaghetti squash. I bought some the other day. Last Friday. I bought some last Friday, so it was about a week ago.
So he goes running out the door to catch.
And I made that tonight with, I wish it was homemade spaghetti sauce, but it's not. And then I put some Parmesan in it, some leftover pepperoni. And pepperoni's not healthy, but we had it left over from some little pizza things we did, so. And I put some mushrooms in it and some Parmesan.
They've seen, yeah.
The way that I cook the spaghetti squash is, you have to take, at least I have to take and put it in the microwave and warm it up enough so I can cut it, and I use my watermelon knife for that. And cut the top and the bottom off, and then I cut it in half, take all the seeds and stuff out. And of course I save my seeds. And they regrow just fine. So when they dry, I will be able to put those away, and I'll have spaghetti squash seeds. So, but then I just take some coconut oil and I rub it on the inside of both halves and around the edge of it. Flip it over on a pizza pan and put it in the oven. I had the oven at about 375, and usually you need to leave it in there for around 40 to 45 minutes. And then take it out, I let it cool for a little bit, and then all you gotta do is take a fork and just spaghetti it out, scrape it out with a fork, because it comes out in spaghetti noodles, basically. And then you just put it in another bowl, and then add your spaghetti sauce, or, however you're going to prepare it. You put your other ingredients in it, throw it back in the oven for a little bit, and I'm going to put some cheese on the top of it, and there's part of our dinner. So, it's really, really good to you guys. Alright, here we go. Select a site. If you have plenty of possible sites for a new garden, it can be difficult to decide on the perfect spot. Well, we have several spots, because I'm probably going to use the raised garden bed. Actually, I'm going to use all the raised garden beds that I have out there. I do have to put different soil in the one that's near the strawberry beds, and the cinder block one. I'm going to use that one. We're going to use the strawberry beds. I'm going to use the other three that I found. I still have to clean that area out. I will get that cleaned out. And I'll probably go ahead and set up some more raised bed gardens out there. And I'm going to clean out the old square foot garden area. And we're going to use that as well. And I'm probably going to build that up into a raised bed. And add, do some amendments to the soil and add some stuff to it. And, I'm going to do another really good square foot garden out there. So, looking forward to that. And then we're going to be building raised beds out near our trailer in that big, huge garden area. And we're just going to have a whole bunch of fun with gardening and raising our own food and growing our own food. And can't wait. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. Especially the produce and the good food that we're going to get from it. I can't wait.
A lot of people think.
And I'm willing to try things that I haven't really liked in the past. Like, even the radishes, I'm willing to try them in kind of a different way. I might even eat them on the salads with, like the homegrown lettuces and that kind of thing. So, I can't wait. My goodness. All right. I find it helpful to start with a plan of my property, and I've
My daughter's
definitely been doing that. This isn't anything formal. It's an outline of the property drawn roughly to scale, with buildings, the driveway, and other permanent features such as trees, large shrubs, play areas, patios, and walkways. The raised bed garden area, the new garden area. I might even do this out there.
So we're in the new section here.
What I want to do is I want to build some good permanent walkways. And I might actually do it with cement, which would be really cool.
Thing that's interesting though.
So, and I'm gonna have the backyard. I'm gonna have to try to dig a drainage trench for it to go somewhere. I don't even know where to have it go.
You wouldn't go up the staircase, so that does mean we might be able to.
I'll have to figure that one out. But I want to use like the shaped like patio shape thingies. I don't know how to describe them. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them on Temu. Which they're probably not very good quality. But you can get them on Amazon, and they're like these cement molds. They're these plastic molds. You can get them metal too. Molds for that you can build a walkways around your patio, or in our case garden beds in between them, that kind of thing. And I think I'm gonna do that out in the old part of the backyard out around those garden areas, because I think it would look really cool, and it's gonna make it a lot easier to care for. So, all right, and I'll definitely show you guys that. I can't wait. Right.
From the Ritter family.
Make a few photocopies of this base plan so you can make notes on one copy and pencil in different garden layouts on another copy without messing up the original. Okay. And I'll show you what they got. And what they have. Oh, got the light shining. That right there. That's what they have. Start with a base map. Not sure where you want your new lasagna garden. To identify possible sites on your property, make a simple map of your yard, sketching in the existing features such as buildings and trees. I already know like where our good gardening areas are, so we don't really have to do that. But I do the property grid and the layout diagrams because it helps me to figure out where we're going to put our animals, and where our fruit orchard, our beehives, that kind of thing. So now make notes. Jot down comments about your soil conditions, shade patterns, and other observations right on a copy of your yard map. Besides helping you identify a good site right now, it will also be handy for planning future gardens. That's the other thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to get a soil testing kit so I can test. Well, I'm not going to be doing in-ground, though.
To strangers who wander in.
I still need the soil test kit, though.
Hoping to go back and listen to
but I have.
Hear your voice. Okay.
I do have 4 raised beds that I would need that for, and the strawberry beds. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get one of those, and I'm going to, start testing the soil.
So Dustin and I were watching.
See what I need to add to it.
Right now,
take a copy of your base plan and head out to your yard. Unless you're planning to replace an existing planting, you'll probably want to consider only areas that are currently in grass for your new garden. Now, take a good look around. Sun and shade. The easiest things to observe are the shade patterns cast by trees, buildings, and other features. On your plan, use a pencil or crayon to color in the areas that are in the shade. Actually, it's smart to repeat this exercise in the morning, at midday, and again in the afternoon, so you can get an accurate assessment of how many hours of sunlight the different areas get during the day. If you're extremely organized, it's ideal to observe the shade pattern several times during the spring, summer, and fall before planting. An area that's in full sun at spring planting time can end up in full shade by midsummer, when nearby trees have fully expanded their leaves. When this much advanced planning isn't practical, you'll just have to make an educated guess about the average amount of sun a particular site gets. If necessary, you can adjust some of your plant choices later on as you learn more about the spot you've chosen. A site that's in full sun 8 or more hours every day gets enough light to support a wide variety of vegetables, fruits, herbs, and flowers. Many of the same plants can get by on 6 to 8 hours of sun, although they may not yield as much or flower as generously as when growing in full sun. Spots with less than 6 hours of sun a day can still support great gardens, but you'll need to choose your plants more carefully to find the ones that thrive in somewhat shady spots. To find out more about the light needs of specific plants, refer to their entries in the following chapters. Alright. Water and wind. Next. Take a closer look at the ground. As you walk around, note any areas where water forms puddles after a heavy rain, or spots that feel soggy underfoot, and mark them on your plan. These poorly drained spots are less than ideal for most garden plants, as soggy soil tends to rot roots, so it's better to choose a drier site for your lasagna garden. Think about how the wind blows through your property, too. Some wind is good, since it circulates air around your plants and helps leaves and stems dry quickly after rain, discouraging diseases. An open site that's frequently exposed to strong gusts can be a problem, though, since the wind draws water out of plants quickly and may cause them to wilt. Wind can also knock down taller plants. If you live on top of a hill or another frequently windy location, choose a site where your lasagna garden will be sheltered by shrubs, trees, a fence, or a building. And that will also help when we get the privacy fence up, too, as a windbreak for everything on our property. So, all right. Decide what you want to grow. You probably already have some idea of what you want to grow in your lasagna garden. This is a good time to write down a wish list of all your ideas. If you enjoy cooking homegrown produce or eating it right excuse me, guys. Sorry, guys. My sinuses are giving me issues. Alright. If you enjoy cooking homegrown produce or eating it right from the plant, vegetables and fruits are likely at the top of your list. Oh, yeah. Cooks will get plenty of use from a garden of culinary herbs, too.
We found this place online, just looking for a unique place to stay.
If crafts are a favorite hobby, how about planting scented herbs for potpourri, or a cut flower garden to provide a bounty of blooms for fresh arrangements or drying? Want to liven up your landscape with colorful plantings? Make a lasagna garden packed full of shrubs and perennials, or perhaps a mixture of dwarf conifers and rock garden plants for close-up viewing. We are going to do a memorial garden, so Elaine's going to help us with that. Take a soil test. Once you've decided on a spot for your garden and you have some idea of what you want to grow, it's time to take a closer look at your soil, specifically its pH. pH is a measure of how acid or alkaline your soil is, which in turn affects how your plants will grow. It is measured on a scale from 1 to 14, with 7 being neutral. A pH below 7 indicates acidity. Above 7 is alkaline. Most plants grow best when the soil pH falls somewhere between 6.5 and 7.2. So how do you find out your soil's pH? Take a soil test. What? Yep.
And Sherry, I'm sharing the laundry room.
Huh?
Basement of the inhabitants.
Yeah.
Sherry and I, we both have daughters. So we thought maybe you would want to chop.
Start by collecting a few spoonfuls of foil from 5 or 6 different spots in the area where you plan to put your lasagna garden. Mix them together to create a representative sample of the soil. Then check the sample with a home test kit available at garden centers, or send it to a soil testing lab for professional analysis. It's easier just to get a soil test kit, because then you could do it yourself. And if you know that baseline, the average between 6.5 and 7.2, you can figure it out. And then you just need to look up what you need to add to your soil
Talk about yourself.
to make it where, where it should be.
So much.
That's what I'm going to do. So, plus I also heavy line, so.
Is there anybody down here in the laundry room?
You can find a lab by asking the staff of your local nursery or garden center for their recommendations, calling your local extension service, or checking in your telephone directory under laboratories for testing. Lab tests cost more but give you a detailed report of your soil's nutrient content as well as its pH. Some also provide recommendations on what you need to add to counteract nutrient imbalances based on the plants you want to grow. This full-scale testing might be a good idea if you are really curious about your soil, or if plants already growing on or near the site aren't as healthy or vigorous as you'd normally expect. To be honest, though, I've never had a professional soil test done on any of my gardens. I rely on a simple home test kit that allows me to check each garden's pH. I found that the nutrient levels seem to take care of themselves, so I don't worry about them too much. Lasagna gardening gives you total control over what goes into your soil, so you can build soil that is pretty near perfect for growing most home crops. Whichever testing approach you take, be sure to jot down whatever results you end up with. You'll refer back to these notes later as you choose to apply your lasagna ingredients. And that's it for that one.
Looking for any member.
And the other really cool, fun thing is that Elaine
John, Grace,
has asked me if I'd be willing to allow her to help me out with my channel. Probably starting in the spring. Once we get cleaning and other stuff done, but I think it would be really cool, and I can't wait. She has a wealth of knowledge, so that's also going to be a great thing for the channel. So I look forward to sharing the channel with my sister and everybody else that's here and that's pitching in and helping out and helping us with the gardens and the animals and just every part of the homestead, and I can't wait. So, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get off from this one, and I'm going to go ahead and upload it and get this up there, and make sure you check your subscriptions, you guys, do your research, and click on the notification bell and click on all so you get all the notifications, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
They usually do.